just because it distributes it evenly, and I see some black chalk there. I don't want that mixing in with the blush. But it distributes it evenly, and it gets in the grooves of the paper texture very well for me. Everybody finds their own little knack. You will figure out if you want this or if you want to use pom-poms. So we're going to go ahead and put her together. Her shirt goes on first because that's the base in the picture. So I just want to make sure that I stay in frame the best I can since I'm cutting time here. My husband has been great. Oh boy, see, I almost just made a mistake. I don't want the glue drying with all the zigzag lines. The sleeves go down first. I hardly ever have patterns with puffy sleeves, so that caught me off guard actually. And I would have glued the shirt down, and then if I would have made the mistake, this one must go on this one. If I would have made the mistake, what I would have done is cut the puffy part off. I would not have of the base. That way then I would have just glued it behind, because it's behind the shirt anyhow. I did alter the file a little bit. I'm not crazy over the little piece of skin underneath the chin, because it looks like a double chin to me. So I cut it off, and I just cut an extra nose to go under the neck. That's why all my stuff looks like it's got a neck and it's prominent, is because I cut a second nose. All right, there we go. That was an easy fix. I don't want to push down too hard right there because it's wet. It's the only bad thing working with layers is sometimes if you push too hard, it'll fold in, and that's what I try to avoid. All right, so now her arm is gonna go behind, and I eyeball this because I've been doing it for so long. I already know where to put my glue mark and how far to bring the arm out. I've done this years and years, goodness, since my daughter was, she was a preemie. She was born at 31 weeks and 5 days. She is a fighter, but I didn't start scrapbooking until she got sick and was in the hospital for the first year, and the doctors couldn't tell us, you know, is she gonna be all right or not all right. Now I can't glue the pumpkin together yet because I haven't inked the seeds. I am going to use peanut butter from Memento for my seeds. Peanut brittle. This is a blank ink pad. It's by Ranger. You can actually fill your own colors into it. So the reason why I went with this shade is because it's the closest to a pumpkin seed, and we're just gonna put a light little edging on it just because that way then it looks baked and you can see the edges. And I'm gonna try to start doing more videos, not this late in the afternoon, but since I was actually up and I didn't get around to going to the store, I figured why not just go ahead and take care of this now and help everybody along a little, because that's what I'm all here for, is helping people do something that is actually enjoyable and it's rewarding. Looking at all the paper pieces, once you cut them out, I just want to go hide in the closet. It's overwhelming with some of the files, and that is why some of these girls do charge women charge as much as they do, is there is a lot of work that goes into this. This is a small piece. You guys are seeing just a fraction of what goes into it because she's only half a body. There's no pant legs, there's no shoes, there's no soles, you know, there's not 2 hands, this is actually a small file. This is the color that I use on my light brown on my Franklin Bear muzzles. I found that it does cover the best. And again, that's Peanut Brittle by Memento. I ordered it off Amazon. Everything from me comes off Amazon, even my eraser. This is a Mono Zero eraser. It is a super fine tip and it has refills. Who's not about those refills, you know? All right, so let's go ahead and glue these little guys in. I get the excess off with my fingers since I have plenty of finger with my little chubby things. And we're gonna put him about here. Then we got another one. I'm gonna spread that with my finger again, just because it kind of hit the top more so. And then we got the one that is tilted. I ink the whole thing on these little guys just because I'm not ever sure which way I'm gonna tilt them. I try to get them in similar spots, but I don't always copy the pattern exactly the way I see it. Like altering the neck and things like that. That's just my thing. I don't want everything exact because I do want to edit it like I did with my mini golf, because we were wearing red shirts, so why not change it to red shirts? So now this just goes in front of her, so we're just gonna make sure we glue the seeds down and the base here. I just want to make sure I hit those seeds real good. That way they stick to her shirt so they don't end up sliding down at any point. And then I'm just gonna kind of make sure that I go at a decent height. Okay, so now the neck. What I do for the neck is I glue there first. And apply it that way. And then I move it, if needed, to the middle to center it the best I can. It was actually fine where it was. And this gives just the neck a little bit more definition for me. I'll show you guys how the neck looks in the end of the video on the screen there. All right, so I'm gonna shift this over some, just a little. There we go. And then looks like this needs to come down just a tad. And that's it. Now we'll put the nose on. I'm gonna get the excess off again. The only reason why I'm going on the nose is because this eye set is a little closer together, because on the file this little girl has very, very tiny eyes. I did not use her eyes. I used the ones from another file, which any of the files, even the Scooby-Doo file that I did a while ago, they all have this eye shape, and this is where the eyes came from, is a file like that. I don't always use the eyes that come on the files, just because I just sometimes don't always see them the way they do. And I like to change things up, like I said. The reason why I glued that was because the hair is going to stick to the band. Now to get the excess off, here's another tool that came from Joann's. I don't always use my rubber eraser. I use this too if it's just coming out from where the seam meets the other piece. But then I do go under and remove this here because it will cause warping sometimes. And then I'm going to use my bone folder just to kind of make sure that the glue is where it needs to be. Perfect. All right, now we're going to glue this onto the back here. Yes, I'm not quite sure if those are pigtails or whatnot, but they're cute. So we'll go ahead and put those on. Oh, I can actually, sorry, I'm holding it up because we're punching the clock here with hubby. Well, not you, I am. All right, we'll lay this down. There's some glue there. All right. Now I'll go ahead and get some of this excess glue and then the gum from the back of the cardstock, because we are peeling it off of a sticky mat, so of course there's going to be some stick to the back. And this is why I use a glass mat. It's so easy to clean. I'm looking for my little hand tool here. We'll move her. I'm not going to do the highlighting just because I am kind of crunched for time. I'm gonna get this all down. You guys will see the highlighted finish once I post them all. We're gonna put one of these here. And everything does flatten out as it dries, and I do flatten it out myself. This set is so cute. So cute. And you never know how it's gonna turn out once you're done. Looking at the cartoon picture of it is very, very different than the finished product, and I'll show you guys when I hold it up to the screen so you guys can see just the neck and then the color variation and whatnot. It is just as cute as can be, and the finished project, you're gonna make it what you like, and you might copy something or everything from somebody. I'm not one that posts, you know, copyright, don't copy my artwork, you know, or you can copy it but no reselling. I don't do any of that. Now, I got these from Joann's as well. They're adhesive dots by Tombow. And I use this that way. I should have used it on the shirt, but I didn't because I was not really paying attention. So what I do is I use it where anything sinks in, only because the glue is not going to grab back there. And it is permanent. And I use it just so there isn't it doesn't sink, because it's gonna sink some, and the handle make up for it. I normally fold those or stuff back there, but it's getting covered with the hand, and so that's gonna make up for it. Otherwise, I would fold those in 2 or 3, and I'm going to anyways because that is too far down for my liking. And when I say permanent, I mean permanent. Almost. Sorry guys. Unexpected behavior here from this little guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shove one in there. I don't fold it in half when there's that much of a depth difference. All I do is I kind of pick him up and I just drag him to roll him some. I got 2 of them, so why not use them both? And I'm going to put that down because it's very permanent. And then there you go. That is her. Like I said, I will do all of my shading off camera just because it is about time for hubby to get home. I'm surprised he hasn't walked through the door, but it's because he went to go get salad to go with our leftovers. Just because I haven't gone to the store to get a bag of salad. I could always order Instacart, but I've heard really scary things about that, and I'm a little skeptical. Plus, I want to pick up bag of lettuce that isn't brown at the bottom, which I've also read that has been done to folks. So if you guys do a file, like I said, let me know in the comments and I will go ahead and upload it. But for the most part, this is a 55-minute video because paper piecing is not quick. So when the girls do charge $50 for a set, that is because we do spend a lot of time doing this. And some of the girls, that is their sole purpose of income. They either lost their job or they do it for supplemental income. I know that when my husband was laid off, I was cherishing every penny I got from doing it. And it was just making sure that we could keep putting in the savings little by little, because we were taking out of the savings when he was laid off, but that's what the savings is for. But not everybody has that luxury. I know friends that have gone into foreclosure because of COVID. I have a few friends that have passed away. I have one girl that actually became homeless and had to sleep in her car. She's now back on her feet thanks to a church shelter. They let her stay there so she could get back on her feet. But life is not easy for everybody. That's why when I got my dream box, I let everybody know. It wasn't to rub it in anybody's face. It was to let you guys know it's an investment. So my bottles for glue, it's 18 gauge and they're by Fine Line and it's from Amazon. Thanks for joining me. I tried to do a quick video. It didn't happen because paper piecing after inking and then gluing together, and she's not even done. I'm gonna add a glass gem to her head. I'm gonna add probably some enamel dots to the pumpkin. And then after that, I'm gonna probably give her some earrings. And glass gems for her headband are these, but I'm not using pink. I have to dig up and find either, actually we'll probably go with white. I think that'll be cute. Or even earrings. I don't know, I haven't made up my mind yet because these are a bit too small actually. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. I will say bye 1,000 times. And I really need to say bye, right? Because now I'm just overdoing it. Take care, guys. Bye.